Today's going to be a busy day for me because I have to get all of this inside this car. The main objective is to do a coolant flush, and I've got new coolant from Motul Auto Cool Evo G12, and I also went ahead and bought this additive. This is a good additive. They say here it keeps temperatures down by up to 15 degrees. So this is a good additive. I'm sure if you can see it. So I'm going to be using that because these cars, they run really hot. So I'm going to use that as well. And the other reason why I'm doing this coolant flush is because I have to replace this. This is a thermostat for the S4 and most of the supercharged cars. So I have to replace this, which means I have to do a lot of dismantling or remove a lot of parts, including the supercharger. So it's going to be a fun day for me. And while I'm there, I'll also change oil because it's due for an oil change. It's been, I think it's just over a month now, so I need to do an oil change. So I've got my oil here. Got a lot of pollen and stuff flying through here. I'm sure you can see them, and I'm worried about them getting into the engine, so I hope they don't. So I've got my oil filter, I've got my washer here. Now I'm going to get this car up in the air so that I can start draining the fluids, both the coolant and the oil, so that at least I know once everything is done, when I drop the car back to the ground, then I continue to work at the top. Now for me to get to the thermostat, I need to remove a few things. So first off is going to be the front bumper, and I have to also put the car or the whole front end into service position. The car is up in the air and I'm thinking of following this sequence, right? So I've got the bumper to remove and I've got the fluids to drain. I'm thinking of draining the fluids first, then once I'm done, then I connect the pipes, then I know I'm done there, then I'm going to remove the bumper. Or I can do it vice versa, really. It's not much of a difference, but that's the sequence that I'm going to follow from now. Bumper off and then drain the fluids, then drop the car down and then start working at the top. Well, that was fun. There's a lot of work, but it's done. Just to recap, I removed the bumper, and then I drained the coolant, then I drained the oil, then I connected all the hoses that run the coolant on the system. Then I also put in the washer plug for the engine oil, topped up with fresh engine oil and an oil saver additive just to prevent if there are any leaks within the engine, then hopefully they'll be sealed. Then I put in a new oil filter. Now I need to get into the fun part, which is removing the supercharger to replace this guy, and then top up with some coolant and some more cool stuff. It's gonna be a lot of work, but let me not waste any time and get into it. So first off, I need to put this into service position. Which means I need to move this forward, move this guy, remove a couple of hoses and a couple of pipes here, and remove the coolant pump pulley that needs to come off. The cold air intake has to come off as well. So there's a couple of things that I need to disconnect to get to this. To think that this little thing is literally the reason why I'm dismantling the whole front end just to replace this. It's because it's sitting right here in the middle of the engine, in the V, where there's a lot of heat. So Unfortunately, I won't be able to drive this car today because there's an issue. I picked up something else that needed to be replaced. Unfortunately, I didn't know about it before I worked on the car. Actually, I need to replace the charge cooler pump or the auxiliary pump that pumps fluid from this container up into the supercharger and then back up into the intercooler. So that pump is dead. It sits here under the headlight. So I'll need to replace that so that I can top up with fresh coolant, then bleed the system, then take this in for a spin. But that's pretty much it for today. If you found this video very interesting, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because there's some content that's coming soon and you don't want to miss that. Click on the bell so that when I upload a new video, you're the first one to see it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.